Hey guys, in this video I'm going to answer the age-old marketing question, which is better, Facebook ads or YouTube ads? Now the truth is, they both have their strengths and they both have their weaknesses. I like both platforms. I've made a lot of money from both Facebook ads and YouTube ads, but which one you want to use, which one is better for your business, depends on how your business operates and what's important to you. So what I've done is I've broken it down into 11 different categories where I'm going to compare Facebook ads versus YouTube ads and show you which one comes out on top in each of these 11 categories. Okay, category number 1 is targeting. In other words, which platform gets you in front of the right type of people with better precision, YouTube or Facebook, and as you can see, the winner is YouTube. See, YouTube is owned by Google, which makes it part of the Google ecosystem, which means that when you advertise on YouTube, you get access to all the user data that Google has in its database. So what that means is you can target people based on what they've searched in Google search. You can target people based on what videos they've watched in YouTube, based on what emails they get in their Gmail, based on where they browse on the internet. Google pretty much owns the internet at this point. They have Google Analytics installed on the majority of web pages, so they're tracking every web page you visit that has Google Analytics installed on it. Or if you're using the Google Chrome browser, then it's tracking every website that you visit, period. Not to mention Google Maps, Android phones, and the myriad of other properties that Google owns. You get to target based on all of that. So let's say, for example, you sell a weight loss product. Well, you can target people that are searching into Google how to lose weight. You can target people that are watching videos on YouTube about how to lose weight. You can target people that are clicking on emails in their Gmail account about how to lose weight. You can target people who are visiting websites about weight loss. You can't do that with Facebook. Facebook doesn't have anywhere near the amount of data on all of its users that Google does, and so for that reason, YouTube wins in the targeting category. And actually, another really nice thing that you can do on YouTube is you can target people by income level. You can't do that on Facebook. On Facebook, you can kind of get close to it because you can target people based on the average income in a zip code, but you can't target based on individual income. With YouTube ads, you can. Now, I should mention that it's really important that you use that income targeting, because if you don't specifically set it, then the platform's just going to naturally send all of your ads to poor people. This is something I have other videos on my channel about how to do this, but that actually kind of gets into category number 2, which is learning curve. Which one is easier to learn to use in a way that's actually effective? And the winner here is Facebook. Facebook is just more intuitive. It's easier to learn. There aren't as many pitfalls. I've made a bunch of videos on my channel about the pitfalls that you fall into from YouTube advertising. I see constantly people that are really, really talented marketers that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month using Facebook ads, and they think that YouTube ads is going to be just the same, and then they go and run YouTube ads the same way as they run Facebook ads, and the ads fall flat. They just don't get results, and then they just conclude that YouTube ads don't work. Well, the truth is, it's not that YouTube ads don't work, it's just that it's less intuitive. And in fact, if you follow the suggestions that the ads dashboard gives you when you're setting up YouTube ads, you're pretty much guaranteeing that your ads are not going to work. You have to actively defy their suggestions. This is something I've made videos about, again, on my channel here. So you really got to set up everything the right way if you want YouTube ads to work. Now, there is a hidden benefit to that, which is that it means that there's a higher barrier to entry. Since people have a harder time figuring out YouTube, and a lot of people just conclude that it doesn't work, it means that if you do figure it out, you're swimming in a much bluer ocean. Which brings me to the next category, which is competition. And the winner there is YouTube, for a couple of reasons. One is the one that I just mentioned. YouTube is harder to learn, so much more people use Facebook than use YouTube. Part of it too is just that Facebook is trendier. People talk about Facebook more, and so everybody defaults to Facebook, which means less competition on YouTube. And then there's also the matter of actual ad inventory. If you think about, let's say you spend 20 minutes watching videos on YouTube, and then you spend 20 minutes scrolling on Facebook or Instagram. Well, when you're on YouTube, how many ads do you see in that 20 minutes? Well, probably you see maybe 3 or 4 ads during that entire 20 minutes. Whereas if you're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram for 20 minutes, how many ads do you see? Well, it's like every 4th or 5th post. So you probably saw at least 100 ads during the same time period. So you saw like 25 times as many ads on Facebook, and chances are on Facebook they were more relevant ads, whereas on YouTube, a bunch of the ads that you see are just those dumb corporate ads that you're just ignore anyway. So there's a lot more competition on Facebook than there is on YouTube, which means that you get easier sales on YouTube. The people that are watching YouTube haven't been inundated by your competitors' ads 1,000 times in just the last day or two. So the people that come through YouTube are considerably more committed. Okay, next category is Messenger ads. This is one that, well, only exists on Facebook. So obviously the winner is Facebook. This is kind of a cool thing that is Facebook specific, is that you can have ads where the call to action is to send you a message over Messenger. So if you're trying to get conversations with people and sell people over the DMs, then this is a pretty cool way to do it. Now that said, there is a sort of workaround for YouTube ads, and that is to ask for people's phone number on the opt-in page. So when people give you their phone number, you can text them immediately. And in fact, what I have set up for myself right now is an AI-driven text message appointment setter. So if you sign up to get my free YouTube ads guide, which I'll put down in the description, by the way, if you want to check it out, you put your phone number in the field, you hit submit, and then you'll get a text message from the chat bot, and you can have a conversation. And this is an intelligent AI-based chat bot that is asking you questions to get an idea if you're qualified, and if so, then it will send you a link to book on my calendar. And of course, I don't have to do that with AI if I don't want to. I can just do manual text messages instead if I wanted. But the native Messenger feature is something that's only on Facebook. Okay, next category is lead quality. If you are collecting leads from Facebook ads versus YouTube ads, which one are better quality leads? Which one are hotter, or more likely to buy from you, or more likely to have the money to be able to actually pay you? Well, the answer is YouTube. Part of that is because of the competition on Facebook. It's such stiff competition that they're just getting inundated by all of your competitors as well as you, whereas you're showing up alone on YouTube. Another part of it is just the kind of state of mind of people on YouTube versus on Facebook. If somebody's on Facebook, they may be standing in line at the grocery store and have like 1 minute to spare, and they're just idly scrolling through Facebook. And in general, people that are on Facebook or Instagram are just idly looking to kill time. Whereas people that come to YouTube have, first of all, have a much longer attention span. Somebody who's watching 20-minute videos on YouTube has a much longer attention span than somebody that's looking at posts for 3 seconds at a time on Facebook or Instagram. And so especially if you have a VSL funnel, like you have a video sales letter, well, people on YouTube are already in the mood for watching videos. They already have the attention span. They're already in a place, most likely, where they can actually sit and listen. Whereas people from Facebook, again, they might be in the grocery store. They might only have 30 seconds of time that they're trying to kill. And so the chances that they're actually going to watch your video are much higher on YouTube than they are on Facebook. So for lead quality, YouTube wins big. Now, next category is built-in lead forms. This is something, again, that only Facebook has, so Facebook is by default the winner. On Facebook, you can advertise, and you can, instead of having them click and go to your landing page where they fill out a lead form, there's a lead form that actually is native to Facebook. So what that means is that they can fill out your lead form right on Facebook without actually leaving the platform. And the effect of this is that you actually end up getting a lot more leads, and generally you get leads for a cheaper price from Facebook than you do from YouTube. And also consider that your lead form on Facebook will auto-fill. Like if you ask for their name, email address, phone number, it'll just auto-fill. So people can fill it out so easily, so you'll get a lot of leads. Now, the drawback to that is that the leads are really poor quality because there's so little commitment. Like people I talk to all the time are running Facebook lead form ads, and they call these leads that they get from Facebook, and they literally don't even remember filling out the form. which is because it's so easy. Like, it's so fast and so easy to fill out the form. There's zero friction there. So you get a lot of people that just weren't all that interested, and they forgot about you 2 seconds later when they've scrolled down another 5 posts and they've seen your competitors' ads. But that said, it doesn't mean that it's useless, right? You still have data from people that, at least for a split second, were interested. So if your sales is really, really on point, if you have a really good sales team, then these Facebook lead forms can be an absolute goldmine. Okay, next category is ad fatigue. In other words, which ads last longer before you have to switch them out, before you have to replace the creative. And the winner here by far is YouTube. Facebook ads will last you a few weeks to a month, and then you got to change out the creative. You got to do this constantly, whereas on YouTube, I've had one ad that just printed money for me for 3 years straight. Literally one ad creative that I never had to change. It just kept on working for 3 years straight. Where you don't really see that on Facebook. Probably because, again, on Facebook, you're seeing a lot more ads per minute than you are on YouTube. So once that ad has been there a few weeks, then everybody in your target audience has already seen it multiple times, and then it doesn't work as well, and you gotta switch it out. Okay, next category is retargeting followers. In other words, can you send ads specifically to people who are already following you on the platform? And the winner here is both. They both win this category, because on YouTube, you can target people who have watched your videos or who are subscribed to your YouTube channel, whereas on Facebook, you can retarget people that follow your pages or people that follow your Instagram. So they both offer this category. So they both offer this capability, but it's on different platforms. So obviously, if you have a big following on YouTube, then you're going to want to run YouTube ads to retarget those people. But if you have a following on a Facebook page or an Instagram page, then you're going to want to run Facebook ads to retarget those people. And then if you don't have a following on either platform, you don't have a YouTube following, an Instagram following, or a Facebook page following, then that's totally fine. You just have to target cold audiences. You target people that don't already know you. And as we talked about before, the targeting on YouTube is significantly better than the targeting on Facebook when you're going for cold audiences, because you have the intent signals and all the stuff we already talked about. Okay, next category is compliance. In other words, getting your ads approved or disapproved. And the winner here, this might surprise some people, is Facebook. It used to be the exact opposite. A year or two ago, you could get away with anything on YouTube, and Facebook was the super strict one. Now it's reversed. Now Facebook is much more lenient, but YouTube will disapprove your ads for a whole bunch of different reasons. So specifically, the ones that you probably want to look out for are any kind of make money claim. So if you say my system can make you money, that's harder to do on YouTube than it is in Facebook. If you make any claims about weight loss or health, again, that's easier to do on Facebook than it is on YouTube. Some of those actually get flagged on both. And there are workarounds for all of these, by the way. So for example, for a make money claim, you can't say, I'm going to make you $10,000 a month. Like, you can't give an income claim like that. You can't say, I'm going to make you enough money to buy a Lamborghini. Like, I can't say those things. But what I can say is that I'm going to get you high ticket clients. Right? And so in the mind of an intelligent prospect, they know that high ticket clients equals money. So there are workarounds. And then for health claims on YouTube, you can't use all of the targeting options that you would otherwise be able to. So if you say, like, you can't target people that are searching for how to cure diabetes, for example, if you have a diabetes medicine. They don't let you do that. They call that health and personalized advertising. What you can do is you can target broader segments of people, like people in a particular age range, for example, people in a particular income range, and offer your diabetes treatment, and then just let the algorithm figure out who it works for and who it doesn't work for. I think Facebook has restrictions around that as well, but I'm less familiar with them because I haven't been running health content on Facebook. But generally speaking, Facebook is better about compliance than YouTube is. Although there are people that say that they're getting their Facebook ad accounts banned. I haven't seen that on YouTube. I haven't seen the whole account getting banned. But as far as getting individual ads approved, Facebook is easier at the moment than YouTube is. That may change anytime in the near future, but currently Facebook wins there. Okay, next category, customer support. Guess who wins that one? Neither. They're both awful. They're both absolutely horrible in terms of customer support. Basically, you're on your own. You got to figure it out on your own, and don't expect either platform to give you a lick of help. Even if you literally spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in ads, they don't care. They know that you have very few alternatives, so their support is just abysmal. It is what it is. Okay, now the final category is effort, which I neglected to make a slide for, so you're just going to have to look at the customer support slide while I talk about it. But the winner in terms of effort is YouTube. Now, this is a recent development because of this Andromeda update on Facebook. Now you got to do a gazillion different creatives in order for your ad campaigns to work. YouTube, you don't have to do that. Literally, I have campaigns where I put up one creative, literally one, and it just runs for years and it works. Now, I don't usually recommend that unless you have a lot of experience with YouTube ads. For my clients, I typically create 3 creatives, that is 3 different videos, and then I'll put some variations on the headlines and the descriptions. That way we're testing a few different variations and we can see which one works best and know which one to scale. But it's not like on Facebook where you got to put a gazillion different creatives or else it doesn't work at all. So in the effort category, YouTube ads wins. Here is the final tally. We got targeting, YouTube wins, learning curve, Facebook, competition is YouTube, messenger ads is Facebook, lead quality is YouTube, built-in forms is Facebook, ad fatigue is YouTube, retargeting followers is both depending on what platform you have a following on, if any, compliance is Facebook, customer support, neither, they both absolutely suck, and then effort is YouTube. So with final tally, YouTube wins 6 categories, Facebook wins 5 categories. So it's actually very close. They're really neck and neck. So which one you want to use really depends a lot on what is important to you. Again, I do Facebook ads and YouTube ads. I like both. I lean towards YouTube ads. I like YouTube ads better, full transparency, but I've made a lot of money on both. I help clients with both. If, by the way, you would like help getting clients from either Facebook ads or YouTube ads, that's exactly what I do for my clients. I can set up the entire system for you, or I can take a look at what you've already got and help you tweak a little bit here and there. Either way, if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description where you can check out exactly what I offer. And if it makes sense, you can apply and book a call with me or a member of my team. Or if you'd like to learn more about setting up your own YouTube ad campaigns, I got a ton of great material all over my channel about exactly how to do that, including this video specifically, which is going to show you exactly how to create a winning YouTube ad. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.